Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you're listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is December the 16th, 2022, and today the topic is Crossing the Line. Happy Friday, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope that you all had a great day yesterday. Mine was just fine. Thank you to those of you all that tuned in live last night for communion. Yes, we had the second episode of the Communion Girls live last night. Oh, I'm trying to get the image together. I guess y'all can't see it. Hold on. Here it is, the Communion Girls. There it is. Yeah, that was last night. So if you guys missed it, you guys can go to our YouTube channel and check out that playlist. We had a deep conversation about Advent and Christmas and all kinds of good things like that. And yes, we took communion as well. So by all means, check that out. It's available on our YouTube channel. God, Sex, and Love. Yesterday, not too much for me to report from yesterday in regards to me doing anything in particular. I feel like I was just trying to catch up on rest, and that's it. Like, I don't know. I can't think of anything else in particular that happened outside of just some really cute moments with my son. Again, those of you all that follow me on social media, y'all get a sneak peek, especially those that follow my personal page on Facebook and things like that. We had this moment where I tell him, "You're so adorable." Um, and I said, "No, yeah." I was like, "You're so adorable." He's like, "It's my job." I said, "What?" I was like, "I gotta tell the people online how cute you are." He says, "Cute? You have to call me handsome." I'm like, you know what? This kid, man, the things that he says is just very interesting and amazing. And I'm seeing that he really does listen to us. And on one hand, now he's struggling with this whole saying yes, ma'am, and yes, sir thing. Because it's just not, sometimes it's done on his own. Sometimes we have to prompt him to do it. But outside of that, like things that we tell him, he remembers and gravitates to. So that whole phrase of like, it's his job, I think he got that from his dad. His dad told him, well, didn't tell him, he was talking about him to someone else. And I guess he heard it and, and said that phrase like, oh, that's his job to be annoyingly adorable, because that's what I've been calling him or whatever. And the kid remembers, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, what? And then I know the other day, when we were, I was out there hustling in the streets. So far, I've been saying that lately, hustling in the streets. And when he was with me, like he was asking me, what city is this? And I would tell him, and he's like, he knows the city we live in. He knows a nearby city, and he pointed in the right direction when he referred to it. Like the kid, I mean, hey man, I know again, everybody feels like their kid is amazing and a genius and all the wonderful things. But I'm like, I feel like there's something special about our kid too. I just feel like that. So yeah, man. Speaking of kids, that might be a good segue into today's juice because today's juice is not necessarily inspired by a number, and I know that's news, right? Because I mean, for a long time now, numbers have been part of the inspiration. But no, today it wasn't because I woke up at at a particular time. It was more so because of maybe some things that I have been seeing, as well as just that being brought to my heart and mind this morning. It was interesting because at one point my mind was kind of blank. I did my prayer meditation. I must have fell asleep on it. I don't know, woke back up and started to just kind of get on social media to wake myself up and stay up, and then hubby came out of nowhere and like turned the lights on and all this type of stuff. And so that was something else that helped me stay up and stuff like that. And at some point I started to watch this prophecy this lady was talking about, which something had been revealed to her for Martin Lawrence. And the interesting thing is what was standing out to me is some different words that she was saying. One of the words that stood out to me was, man, I should have wrote it down if I was going to share it. One of the words was potential. Potential stood out to me. Abomination also stood out to me. And yeah, so those two words kind of stood out to me this morning. So I looked up verses centered around those. And on one hand, I mean, I know those are trigger words, right? Especially that abomination word. People don't like that. That's Pope. Even just to hear the word abomination is Pope, right? Um, but anyway, yeah. So I guess it reminded me, like looking at the verses that I was coming across, was reminding me of a conversation I was having early this morning or late last night, depending on how you look at it. Mr. Ranye had inboxed me about, I guess the video that has been going viral over the past week. It's about ectolife. Have you guys seen that video? Ectolife, ectolife. We'll go deeper about that in a moment, but if you guys aren't familiar or whatever, but um basically Rania was sharing with me, and I was like, yeah, I seen it, bro. I can't believe that people aren't like, eyes aren't open to this crazy stuff that's happening, um because I heard Marcus Rogers talking about it earlier this week as well. So let's go ahead and talk about that for a second. So ectolife is apparently this artificial womb facility. They're claiming that it's just only a concept video and everything like that. Y'all know, again, I done took the red pill. I done already heard about birthing farms and all kinds of things like that. So just saying, but hey, whatever. They're saying it's the idea and concept is, not on Earth. That was interesting too. I came across an article that specifically said it that way. It was like, oh, it's not on Earth yet. I'm like, what you mean then? Is it elsewhere? Is it off the earth? Like, what are you saying? Anyway. But yeah, they say that this concept is not on Earth yet. But again, yeah, a artificial womb facility. So the video, you'll hear it. I mean, if you ever Google it or look it up or DuckDuckGo it, because again, Google's kind of suspect as well. But anyway, if you look it up, they're talking about all these, I guess, reasons why basically that humans should be born in these pods, and and all the reasons why this is great. This is great for infertility. The interesting thing, as I was writing down some of the things that it said about this quote unquote facility and everything like that, and all the good things about it, I was reminded of, like, again, how we do everything the opposite of what God and the Bible says. Because it's just very interesting that when it comes to media, let's just talk about media, right? The media would tell us on one hand, oh, abortion, yeah, do that. Oh, the world is overpopulated. Yeah. They tell us all this. But then on the flip side, they kind of sneak out stuff about birthing. I want to say it right, artificial womb facilities. And they say in this concept that they say is not real right now. They say in the concept that they could have 30,000 babies per year. They could incubate 30,000 babies per year. And then they talk about how this is helping, like, some societies that are, don't have I guess a strong population or whatever they're saying. I'm like, this is just very interesting. So having actual human birth, and everything like that is being like, oh, don't do that, or oh, get abortion, or oh, all of that, right? But then on the flip side, yeah, let's incubate 30,000 humans at one time. And nobody's asking no questions about this. Like, nobody seems to be even paying attention to this. I mean, again, I know there's random people on YouTube talking about it and stuff like that. And here I am, I guess, another random person on YouTube talking about it. But I'm like, you don't hear a lot of people, like, in my circle of influence, I haven't heard nobody talking about it, outside of Runye. So, I'm just, I guess, to shed the light on the people that's in my circle of influence, like, yeah, this is something that's out here, y'all. Y'all can look up this video for yourself, and see everything that it has to say. I wrote down a couple of notes from articles that I came across. It says, I already told y'all about that. They say that, let me see. Apparently, they hold on, I want to read it right. It says scientists has turned skin cells into embryos without eggs or sperm on mice. They said they've already done that, and that it could replace, it can be replicated with humans. Now, look, do y'all really think that they haven't done this with humans? I don't know. Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me what y'all think. Y'all think they only have experimented with this with mice and that's it? I don't know. I'm just saying. And then they go to say, this will help, because 48 million couples and 186 million individuals have infertility globally, right? This is what they're telling us. So this would be the great reason why we should be able to do this and everything like that. Look, what I'm receiving today about all of this is that we're crossing the line, right? And it's amazing because we always cross the line. Don't we always cross the line as humans? We've crossed the line repeatedly throughout life. It's not anything new, but I guess when it comes to this in particular, I mean, can we agree that this is a clear cross of the line for humanity to attempt to incubate humans and make it and do it from skin cells and all these different things rather than the natural way of man and woman, sperm and egg, like because again, the fact that abortion is so heavily pushed and this idea of having traditional marriage and birth and all these different things, why, what's the point, blah blah blah, don't do it, all this different type of stuff. But then on the flip side, let's incubate 30,000, no, let me say the right number, 30,000 babies per year in an artificial womb facility. Let's do that. Y'all help me make it make sense. It don't make sense in my mind. So y'all, if y'all it makes sense to y'all, please, by all means, comment below. But anyway, so let's get into some Bible, right? What does the Bible have to say about this? Genesis 11:6 says, and the Lord said, behold, they are one people and they have all one language. And this is only the beginning of what they will do. And nothing that they propose to do will be impossible for them. Y'all, listen, we know that this was talking about the Tower of Babel and all that in the beginning, right? He said himself in the Word of God, this is what I'm reading here, said this, and this is only the beginning of what they will do, which we can see now, all kinds of things that we do as humans, crossing the line, and this is just, again, another example of that, it's another thing that we do. Now, is it because I'm not saying that English is the worldwide language, but for the most part, people are learning English around the world. So is it because is it that the reason why these type of things are happening again? Or I don't know. Or it's just in general because we as humans are, I guess, so curious that we want to figure out every aspect or try alternatives to what the Bible is saying. So it's like, the Bible tells us that God created humans, so let us create humans to prove that humans can be created in an alternative way. I don't know how y'all feel about this. I don't know how y'all feel about any of this, but it's I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot. To me, I guess I don't know if the average person goes around thinking about doing things like this. I don't think I ever thought about it in life, being like, oh, I wonder, can I go and make a human in an unnatural way? I don't know. But some people do. And, I'm not trying to say their thoughts are demonic or whatever, maybe they're just really curious, right? But I think, again, as it depends on, I feel like everything boils down to good and evil. That's me and my personal opinion in this moment. I feel like, but it's based on Bible, that everything is stems on this good and evil. And so because of that, even things like this, they're presenting it as a good idea, or they're presenting it as something that is this is great. I don't know more, I ain't gonna lie. Before I became a mom and actually had, gave birth and stuff like that, I remember seeing an article about birthing pods back then. And that was 2018 when we, had our son. So I saw something about birthing pods what, 2016, 2017, and I had said something to my husband joking about it, like, oh, no pain for me, no pain, and stuff like that, but I don't know, like, it just, I don't know, there's something weird about it to me, to really, really go that route and really, like, I mean, I get it. I know that there is infertility and all this type of stuff. I'm not trying to say that, oh, but I don't know. I don't know. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Anyway, let me keep going. So what does the Bible have to say? So Proverbs 17 and 15, it says, he who justifies the wicked and he who condemns the righteous are both alike and an abomination to the Lord. Whew, y'all, okay. So I guess for all of those that are saying that natural birth is, don't do it, blah, blah, blah. But then on the flip side saying, yes, let's incubate 30,000 babies. Like, I guess that to me is it says what it says about that, in my opinion. Y'all can say what y'all think about it. But yeah, it's kind of clear there. And again, like, see, the thing is, because things get presented in such a way where it's like, oh, this is a great positive thing. I think it's hard for us to see that, there might be some evil behind it. And I think we got to kind of just either go deeper about who's creating this stuff. I did end up looking at the gentleman. I didn't look into like what did he believe and stuff like that. But if y'all want to just look up this gentleman who came up with this concept, his name is Hashim Al Ghali. Yeah. I mean, I guess I can spell it for y'all just in case y'all want to look him up or something. Hashem Al, which is, and then a dash, and then GHALI. They say that's the gentleman that has come up with this concept of ecto-life and all of this. Y'all can look them up and see and do that deep dive, because there's, I mean, hey, they say the internet is undefeated when it comes to being detectives and things like that. So if you really feel led to like look into this gentleman and see like what he's all about and what he really wants to do and all this different type of stuff, by all means do that, and maybe you'll get a better understanding of everything, But I'm not saying that the man is going out of his way to do this, in an evil way. I'm not saying that, but I think intentions are definitely important. And so it's just very interesting. We need to look that type of stuff up. But anyway, so let's keep going. So then Proverbs 28 and 9, it says, if one turns away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer is an abomination. Ooh. This made me think about yesterday, right? When we were talking about people that are like, or maybe just all week. I feel like all week we've been talking about like, basically allowing God to be in his position. Like, let God be God. Like, why are we crossing the lines here? Like, we want to be our own God. That's what it comes down to at the end of the day. We as humans, we want to be our own God. We don't want any repercussions for our actions. We don't want to believe that, like what I just said, we don't want to believe that there's repercussions for our actions and things like that. So we decide to be our own God and everything like that. And a lot of us are turning a blind eye and closing our ears to all of these things that are being revealed around us. Like I was telling Brother Ryan yesterday, I was like, I don't get it. Sometimes I don't get it. Like, on one hand, I get it biblically, because it already says that people's eyes have scales on them and all this type of stuff. People only listen to things that, they agree with, whatever the case is, you know what I mean? Like, so I understand on that side. But then at the same time, when I come across fellow believers that, are truly, they seem oblivious to all of this stuff that's being revealed. And I'm like, y'all don't see this? Y'all don't think this is crazy? Like, y'all, I mean, am I the only one that see? And I know I'm not the only one, but I'm just saying it feels like that sometimes. I'm like, man, does anybody else around me even see this stuff? Like, this is on another level. No? Okay. But anyway, I'm just trying to, shed some light to those of you all that may be listening to the sound of my voice or watching it or whatever. If y'all haven't heard about all of this, and hey, look into it, y'all. Yeah, let's look into it. Let's see. So Genesis 1 and 27, it says, so God created man in his own image. In the image of God, he created him, male and female, he created them. So, at the end of the day, God created us. He gave us dominion over many things, and everything like that. But does he want us out here making humans from skin cells? I doubt that. Does he want us out here incubating humans? I doubt that. Like, I don't think that's what he meant when he said be fruitful and multiply. And again, I think that's very interesting that on one hand, be fruitful and multiply the natural way is being like suppressed. Like, oh, don't do that. Let's have alternative ways for everything, right? But then on the flip side, it's like incubate, like it's just very interesting. It's just two contradicting things. On one hand, the same media would tell us that the world is overpopulated. We need to, they got all this stuff that's basically population control, right? But then on the other hand, let's incubate 30,000 people. Like, I don't know what y'all think about all of this, but I'm just telling y'all it's out here, and that's the juice. We're crossing the line. And hey, it only went so far when it came to the Tower of Babel. So I would think, based on what has already happened, it'll only go so far with all of this as well. I don't know what's going to be that final straw to make God be like, okay, and I'm done with that. But hey, I think we should be on the lookout. That's just me and my little humble opinion. All right. So the Bible verse of today is Ephesians 4:32. It says, and be ye kind to one another, tenderhearted, forgiving one another, even as God for Christ's sake hath forgiven you. Friends, I hope y'all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Don't forget, a new episode of God, Sex, and Love, the talk show, will be going live at 7 tonight. It's a chat with Miss Dana Ray, so be on the lookout for that. And yeah, check out the Go Deeper section, y'all. Plenty of verses to peruse and let marinate on your hearts, souls, and minds. Look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye. And there you go, Facebook, YouTube, Rumble, anybody listening to the sound of my voice, I hope that you all are encouraged and inspired. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you all look into these things that I was sharing, because it's quite interesting what's being done in the world these days. Shout out to the person that's tuned in live this morning. Hey, there was a few of y'all that was there. And I see someone that stuck it out, I guess, the whole time. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. I will shout you out. I don't know who you are until you comment, but no pressure. You don't have to comment. I'm just saying hello. And to anybody that tunes into this afterwards, like I said, thank you all so much for listening, watching, subscribing, sharing, all those wonderful things. Be on the lookout. We're still trying to get to 500 on our YouTube channel. So thank you to everybody who has liked, subscribed, and shared thus far. I'm doing a giveaway, y'all. Just a reminder, I'm going to give away Bedroom Rendezvous, in honor of our, trying to reach 500. So yeah, y'all, just saying, I'm just trying to get there, y'all. I'm trying to get there. We're gonna see what the Lord do with it. But we got maybe a week or so. So let's try to get there if y'all can and will, subscribe to us and everything like that. Share it with your friends. We out here, man. We got plenty of content available. And yeah, I'm giving away Bedroom Rendezvous, y'all. Bedroom Rendezvous. So if y'all want that for Christmas, do a little something special with your significant other, it's on the table. You know what I'm saying? Lots of ways to try to win it. So go to our there should be a link wherever you guys see this or whatever, talking about our giveaway. And again, in many ways to get more entries into the giveaway. So go there and check it out. But yeah, y'all have a great Friday, and yeah, I look forward to talking to y'all tomorrow at the Lord's will. Bye-bye.